affairs and your groups, and you're pushing forward. And I spoke to Steve from CERMAC, and the effort is here today to bring any remaining groups out of the fold. So we'd like to participate. We're not afraid to volunteer. We have some interests that affect us as Bill S3, the marriage cutoff rule for 1985. All of these things affect all of us differently. We like to talk about it, we like to be involved, and we have any questions. That's really what I have to say, introducing ourselves.
So, thank you so much. I didn't catch your name, by the way.
I'm Bradley Northcott.
Nice to meet
I
you.
represent the required Calhoun plan First Nation. You can Google it, get all the information.
Happy to have a conversation with you about that for sure. Thank you for introducing yourself. Thank you.
And just to be clear, I don't have any Canada, not me, it's not about me. Canada doesn't have any objection to who participates. But I do have an interest in ensuring that the progress isn't going to get derailed by different agendas. I appreciate you haven't had the opportunity to voice, but when you say you represent a group, my hope is that you will properly engage this group, the leadership group that is engaging Canada, and work towards participating in that, not as another group. I was going to say you're just a Michelle member, but you're a Michelle descendant. That's my interest. That's Canada's interest, is to ensure that the community of descendants from Michelle are a part of this process. But coming forward as a group, that you have to be careful, because we're already engaging a group of groups that have unified into a single group, and my hope is that you will unify into that group as well.
We will be stronger together.
Yes.
Thank you, Brad. I had the opportunity to speak with Brad outside. And the bottom line is, you're not alone, Brad. And I think it's why these groups have popped up all over. What people from Michelle need to understand is we're scattered. That was a result of the franchise. We're scattered all over the world. So we've had some core people, mainly at this table here, that have been doing this. Okay, so it's not intentional to leave anybody out. And I think when you speak of your issues, those are probably our issues as well. But the whole thing is step by step. We're at this one stage of exploratory discussions. This is the furthest we have ever been for the Michelle people. And you said you read the history. I studied the history as well. I have no doubt that somewhere further down the line, all of those issues will be addressed. Number one is creating a map so that we can get to those next issues. And I'm glad to be here today. Thank you.
My name is Matthew Hybrid. I'm one of the people that came to Vancouver to be here with my relatives today. So lovely to start. Okay. So I have two things that I want to say. Is that I think that band creation is a wonderful step, and I want to thank everyone for all the effort you've done over the years to make that happen, or to the process towards making that happen. That one, I guess I should say. But then there is, I know it's treaty pay day. And I'm not collecting my pay, and I'm not collecting it because I'm thinking about indexing treaty pay and And I was wondering if you know about Robson-Huron Treaty, and if there's a plan to negotiate or litigate treaty and communities.
Sure. No, that's actually that's a great point. Now, as our view on this, actually, we're involved in advancing several similar indexing arguments and claims for some of our clients. Sure. Yes. So the question was about if I could take my treaty annuity today, does that relinquish my claim to the indexation or the increase in value over time due to inflation? And the answer is no. So you today can collect your money, and that's not going to take away from your right to any future determination that you were entitled to more, right? That's a great issue to be live to. So, thanks. And out of curiosity, I think the highest total we had collected was 175 in the new release. The gentleman over here, I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah. I think we had another lady who had collected 170, and I think that still stands. Anybody in here with a higher than 175 collection? No. Okay. Well, let's keep the questions coming.
So there was a question by a young lady over there, but I don't know. Perhaps she left, and I can't remember what the question was. But it was something around bad creation. You guys are not as tough as the last group. What's going on? Is it too many? Jeez, we should do this at all our community meetings. But these Q's and A's are extremely important. So if anything that you heard from myself or from my colleagues to the right, if you have any questions about that, this is a great time because those questions get recorded, as do the answers, and they form part of the information package that will go out after this weekend. And so there will be a record. And it's a very good way to hold both Canada and your legal advisors and your MCNS team accountable.
I too wasn't aware of June 10th meeting. I'm really happy to be here today. Are you going to be planning regular meetings in the future, semi-annual, annual?
That's a great question, so thank you for that. We absolutely will be engaging with the community on an ongoing basis. This is going to be an iterative process as we work towards van creation, right? We're going to be talking about membership, we're going to be talking about elections, we're going to be talking and engaging with the community, making sure that everybody's aware throughout the entire process how this is going to unfold, right? And have that input. Because these folks here, although they're at the head of the table pushing with Canada to get this done, right? They want to hear from you, the Michelle people, right? I hear that constantly from them, right? That they need to engage with you, and we're looking forward to doing that. I don't think that we have anything scheduled as of yet, but fill out a statement of intention. Give us your contact information so we can get in contact with you and tell you about that in the future. So maybe here, maybe somewhere else, I'm not sure. Question? Oh.
Hello? Sorry.
A lady came to me and she had me her statement of intention, and so I wanted to, for you guys to clear up. Could you,
Yes, I'll come over right now.
so there you go. That's where you have me. Thank you.
Yeah, so just on that statement of intent, that's how you show your support and show that you're interested in being a part of that movement. If and when that happens. By signing that statement of intent, you are declaring, that you want this grant to be created and you want to be a part of it. Now, it's not a guarantee that you'll be on the list, but it is at the very least a way that you can give MCNS your contact and stay updated on what's happening with MCNS and attend future engagements, right? As Garrett said, the board has stressed how important it is to meet with, to bring the people together, keep them informed and to hear their voice, right?
Sorry to keep asking questions, but this actually isn't a question, it's a suggestion. And I know that people talk a lot about how wonderful social media is for finding this information. But I'm sitting with some elders who may prefer snail mail. And so making sure that that information gets mailed out as well, so that people can broadly access. And then, one more thing. I can't remember, I'll talk to you.
Absolutely, thank you. No, I appreciate that snail mail is sometimes it's a more effective way to ensure that certain individuals, certain demographics are contacted. So our communications team will develop that, and I believe we have letterheads put together or something like that, or we're working towards that. So
Again, it's important to fill out that statement of intent so we can have your contact info and your address for future mailouts. We can't exactly get your information from Canada because of privacy legislation. So you giving it to us personally, directly to MCNS, gives us that ability to send you mailings, right? Independently, right?
And I see that some people are, I think Brandy was walking around collecting some of those statements of intention. So if you do see her, you can provide them to her, or you can provide those to either Logan or myself.
The statement of intent does not have address on it. It just has my street number. There's no place where they ask for email or address. Yes. Or phone
Oh, okay. So the one online actually does have an address on there. I guess that's an older version that's in front of you there. So apologies for that. But you can write it on there, and we'll be able to determine that that's an address to mail to. So thank you for pointing that out.
Thanks for raising that. Yeah. These are the new ones, right?
Oh goodness.
I just want to go back to a theme that is emerging about information getting out to the right people. It looks to me that there's a lot of people here that weren't here on June 10th. And the other way around, you guys weren't there. Our interest, Canada's interest, is to ensure that that information is full. And we can't tell MCNS how to do it. That's not how governance works. That they will develop the processes on how to communicate. But there will come a time down the road when the community is going to be asked about becoming a band. Canada will want to know that there is informed consent, that the community, that this is where the community wants to go. We need evidence of that. So we will always revisit this issue, and we do. We talk about it a lot at our table, just about how they're getting information out. And I appreciate. I don't even go on social media. Never been on social media. And I'm not that old. So I hear you, and my push back to MCNS is to say, hey, what are you doing to reach out to what a terrible word, the snail mailers. So those of you who aren't sure if you're on the contact list, just write it down on a piece of paper and bring it up to the table up front here.
Okay, well, seeing no further questions there, thank you. Oh, hello.
I'd like to address what we've been talking about, the history of Michelle. Michelle history is complex. It's huge. There's so many facets of it. And it is our intent as this board, MCNS board, we've been discussing various ways to get out that history to the people. So that when you're making decisions on the membership code, on election code, on band creation, that you have something, you have the factual information to base your decisions on. We're looking at podcasts, we're looking at webinars. So we are talking with our communications people. It is in the works. A lot of things are in the works, band creation being number one, but we are attempting to find a way to get that information out to you. So I would like, you to feel confident. We may get it out in drips and drabs, but it's important for everyone to know our history. So I just wanted to give you that update. How would you like to see it? Maybe another question. Would you like to see it in webinar? Would you like hard copies? Maybe those, if anybody has some ideas on that. YouTube, snail mail. It's huge. There's volumes from the Indian Claims Commission. I think there's something like 10 or 12 volumes that would probably stack up here. But we're trying to compromise, put it into story. We would love to hear from the descendants as well. What's your story? How did enfranchisement affect you? People talk about enfranchisement, and there was a huge cost. I don't want to cry, but there was. My family and lots of family. Sometimes people question, well, why did they do that? Number one, it was years, Troy. It was Canada's policy. Get rid of the Indians. There's assimilation policies before the Union Act, and that's a sad reality. And I'm grateful that Canada said what happened to the Michelle people was wrong. Absolutely. And to see, for the first time in 20 years, we have treaty paint. That's historic. And I collected my $110. It's been quite a few years. But you see, we're coming together as one. Those stories are hard, and we have a lot of healing to do. But we also have to acknowledge a lot of our demise was based on residential schools. And thank God Canada and the non-native public is getting to hear the stories about the grace. I don't need to be a Debbie Downer, but there is hope. There is hope, and our ancestors did what they thought was right at the time. They didn't have choices. They didn't have the choices. I'm grateful that my grandfather protected me because I would have had to go to residential school, and I don't think that would have been a very good outcome. But let's celebrate today. Let's celebrate where we're going and the history. And this is just the start of the engagement. Yes, it's important that all our people are involved in the decision making ahead, moving forward. So thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take one more question, and maybe two more questions. We got all day. And then we got all day. we'll be here, and tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. This isn't actually a question, it's just information. This handout over there on the table, I was told that it's not the proper form for the statement of intent, that the new form for the statement of intent is on the website. So I'm like, I just was told that from my sister here, but it's sitting on the table over there, and it's the wrong form. If somebody filled out this wrong form, would it be recognized or would it not be recognized?
It's still effective as a statement of intent. It's only missing the contact info areas. So what you need to do is just write an email as well on the form anywhere. That's important to bring up for everybody, yes. But it is
They fill that
effective.
form out, it's good.
It is.
Thank you.
And not just email,
Address.
physical address, mailing address.
Social insurance number, mother's maiden name.
No, we're joking.
Actually,
That
do
was
not
a
bring us
joke. Do not do that. Please do not do that.
The name of your first pet. and-
Sorry. Just wanted to point something out. Roslyn, never apologize for holding Canada accountable. We can take it. And I only have to repeat what ministers have said. We got it wrong, right? Canada got it wrong. And hopefully you see all across the country where they're trying to fix it. Not everything, not all at once, but this process, we're committed to. We acknowledge. I'm retiring very soon, and I will always take with me one of the first meetings that we had as a unified group, and I asked the Michelle side of the table if they wanted to, if there's a protocol, a cultural protocol they want to follow for the meetings, or if they wanted to start with an elder. And I was told very clearly that one of the results of enfranchisement and the surrenders is that their culture disappeared. And so they're in the process of rebuilding that. So it's not just seeking information that will help advance the creation of the band. This process can be used to rebuild the nation, its culture, language, right? And we're not shy from engaging on any of them. So you don't have to apologize. It should be happening up here. But I'm not authorized to.
Well, or quickly, just on the statement of intention, if you filled one out and didn't give contact and you would like to do so, come and speak to us and we'll write it down on a scrap of paper or find your form out and fill it in. If you haven't filled one out, grab it. You can put in your email and your address, whatever you wish, just in the bottom here or on the front, anywhere it fits. So.
I'm bringing them back to the executives, their contact information, and I've got blank ones, so.
Okay, well, seeing no more questions, myself and Garrett, Troy maybe as well will be here hanging around. Come and talk to us if you like it. And I believe lunch is being served in about 15. So I think this is a good time for a health break and to wrap up today's presentations, right? Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's be together, treaty baby. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you, guys.